question. This chapter deals with the method to read fortune with tarot cards. The process is often called a reading, and the method of laying down the cards is called the spread. Before we go into details with specific methods of spreads, let's first deal with the general process of reading tarot cards. In order to read tarot cards, you first need to have a question in your mind. The question must be as concrete as possible. A simple question of "what will happen to my love?" may lead you nowhere specific, and so you had better ask what would be a desirable action or attitude in a specific situation. Some people may be using tarot reading as a mean of prophecy, but I personally believe that it should be used as a tool to help your insight. Therefore, try to avoid the type of questions that requires specific decision or answer. For example, when you want to decide on the place to move, do not simply ask whether you should go to one place or the other. It will be much more helpful if you ask what properties you should consider in making your decision. In addition, try to ask about yourself, and at the same time, try to be neutral and objective. Asking "why does A always pick on me?" will not help you much, but you may ask what you should do in order to understand A's situation better, and to try to improve your relationship. It will be beneficial to yourself as well. Shuffle. Now that you have decided on the question you want to ask, it is time to shuffle the cards, holding the questions in your mind. The tarot reader may shuffle the cards, but sometimes the querent may be allowed to shuffle them as well. It really doesn't matter. Personally, I think whoever can shuffle the deck better should do so. There is no specific way to shuffle the deck. You merely have to shuffle it as you would with playing cards. Just keep in mind that the tarot cards are larger and more fragile than usual playing cards. Shuffle them with care. One of the most simple method is to scatter the cards on the floor and gathering them. It is recommended when you have a large table available. One weakness is that you need wide place, and it does not look that professional. The most professional looking shuffling method would probably the one you see in casino movies, dividing the deck into two, and merge them on the table with flips. You need to take caution as some types of cards may bend or wrinkle. A Hindi shuffle is another common method where you hold the deck in one hand, take some portion of the cards in the middle with the other hand, and put them at the top repeatedly. However, because it does not reverse the upright direction of the cards during shuffling, you may need to manually reverse some portion of the cards upside down, if you choose to utilize reversed position. Once you shuffle enough, you may also do a cut, where you put the deck on the table and take some of the cards aside. Of course, it does not have specific meaning, but merely a way to shuffle the deck completely. Spread. Now that you have shuffled the cards well, select the cards that you want and put them down in certain shapes. The method of putting down the cards is called the spread. There are various ways of spreads, and you can select one that suits your needs. Individual spreads will be explained in detail later, and we will deal with general process here. You may also select the cards as you wish. It has been already well shuffled, so you can select from the top. Or you may spread them in a row and choose randomly from the middle. Each card in a spread is assigned a number, and you only need to put down the cards in that order. In general, people put them down revealing the card, but some people prefer to put them down with back side up, and let the cards flip them horizontally or vertically, so that they can be more involved in the reading. In usual method of reading, you open all the cards at once and interpret them. I personally think that taking into consideration the relationship between different cards will help you understand the situation better. You connect the meaning of each card, the position of the spread the card is on, and the situation of the querent together, in order to get a comprehensive understanding of the tarot reading. On the other hand, you may also reveal one card at a time, in the order of spread. In such cases, you cannot know what card will be revealed later, which may restrict you in reading the meaning of earlier cards, but that may be considered a characteristic of reading. You may have once thought your situation was perfect, only to find that you have been missing something, or you may need to change your viewpoint at a certain point. For example, read. Reading tarot cards is not a prophecy of already defined future, but it is a way of comprehensive thinking, in which you analyze your current situation deeply, and find out what actions of attitude you should assume to get a better outcome. The message of a tarot card is decided based on the position in the spread, individual card meaning, the content of the question, and the current situation. The easiest way to read a card is to make a story out of keywords that the individual card contains. You can look up in the small booklet included with the tarot cards to find the keywords for individual cards. Think about which of the keywords relates to your situation, and what they mean to you, in order to understand the message you are given. However, you cannot remember all the keywords in all 78 cards, and you will feel something lacking, while you connect the keywords into a storyline. Therefore, as a next step to simple keyword reading, you start to interpret the image in individual cards to read the message. Such a meaning may be the same as the keyword of the card, but depending on the person, or on the situation, it may be interpreted completely differently. The meaning of individual cards shown in the book should be considered an example of such a image reading, and does not have to be followed blindly. I have also included some interpretation of symbols that occurs commonly in tarot cards, to aid you with image reading as well. When you interpret tarot cards, it is important that your hopes and desires do not interfere. Especially if you try to repeat reading until you get the desired result, it will not help you at all in objectively analyzing the current situation and finding a better solution.